Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, transformational figure in American politics, from shaking up the administrative state to launching a movement that champions America First policies. But there's one massive accomplishment that gets very little attention from the mainstream media. And famed actor Jon Voight talks to President Donald Trump on his historic Abraham Accords in this brand new documentary that will premiere this Sunday, 8 o'clock, right here on Newsmax. Joining me now is Academy Award-winning actor and Hollywood heavy hitter, Jon Voight. Mr. Voight, it is great to see you, sir, and quite an honor. First off, I wanted to ask you, why did you want to focus on the Abraham Accords with President Trump in your sit-down? Why this particular topic?
Well, it's a monumental event. There's very little reported in the media. Of course, the mainstream media doesn't want to give any attention to Donald Trump at all. But it's a monumental event that happened that has brought peace, the possibility of peace, real peace, to the Middle East for the first time. This happened at the end of his presidency. And of course, I'm very excited, Chris, to just be on the show with you at this time as we're seeing what's going on behind you with the rally coming up. He's a wonderful, he's a wonderful energy for people to have at this time when everything seems quite, disturbing in many ways. And he gives everybody a shot of hope and fun.
No, I agree with you there, because there's a lot of darkness happening in the country right now, Mr. Voight. I know. Look at that. They're having. I mean, look, around America, there's not much reason these days with Mr. Biden in control to dance and to sing, but there you go. People are there at a Trump rally and they're having a good time. Look, let me ask you about your conversation with President Trump. Joe Biden is furthering Barack Obama's policy of trying to make Iran the regional hegemon in the Middle East. And that's exactly the opposite. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. Well, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here, Mr. Voight, to say that Trump and Obama and Biden are different creatures. But again, I want you to contrast. Why do you think that Obama and Biden want to make Iran the #1 player in the Middle East, and President Trump wants to make Israel and the Arab nations the centerpiece in the Middle East? Why do you think that dichotomy exists as far as their worldviews are concerned?
Well, obviously, there's a different agenda. On the left, they're following a different band, really, and it's not a very good one. They're pushing Iran into nuclear weapons. This is a very dangerous thing for the world entire. And everything that they are doing, that the Biden administration has done, is really only trying to bring down all of the great events, the great accomplishments of the Donald Trump, presidency. This is quite obvious, and we can just hope that this can come to an end, and we can come back to some sanity.
Right when we started talking, you alluded to something, that you were doing a job that the vast majority of the biased mainstream media will not do. You've got another heavy hitter in Hollywood, Robert Davi, who's doing his fantastic film, which I saw, My Son Hunter. Again, he's doing the job the mainstream press will not do. What do you think? What kind of an indictment is it on the press that Hollywood heavy hitters like yourself are going to have to get out there and expose the truth to the American people when the press won't?
Well, we do what we have to do at difficult times. This is a very, very difficult time, and yet there is hope, and that's why it's very important that Donald Trump is out there speaking to the people and giving them energy. This coming November is a big election, and perhaps we'll see a turnaround and the beginning of many things happening for the good.